The tables were set on Friday night for the 25-year reunion of the 1981 Springbok tour to New Zealand, a series remembered for its epic rugby tests and ongoing anti-tour demonstrations. Old legends came from all over the country to reminisce and share an evening with fans and former teammates.
Just to see the guys all here, all 25 players here, has been an incredible couple of days with the boys. You know, it's just fantastic to see all the chaps with their wives. A real reunion. You know, we go back to incidents that happened on the tour, and it was just fantastic. Just sorry that we don't have Louis Moolman and Robbie Cockrell with us, but we honour them here tonight as well.
The intensity was really caught us by surprise because we weren't really prepared. But this team was a tremendous bunch of guys. I mean, they really special players and men that we could, in 2.5 months that we stayed together, I mean, touring through New Zealand for 2 months, another half a month through USA, and stuck together and get through everything by staying under grandstands, playing test matches where flower bombs are bombarding on top of us. And by getting through, I mean, show the character of that team.
When we landed there, obviously it was in heavy rainfall, and I'll never forget the first practice session. Neely Smith, just to get us used to the circumstances, had us all diving through the mud and sliding through the mud to get used to what it was going to feel like for the next 3.5 months.
The most important thing that I can remember, you know, is the spirit of the guys. We were the 30 guys that were on a mission. We was exposed to the worst condition that you can think of. Before the match we had to go into the cloakrooms, and we stayed there for 2.5 days, had to practice there, had to eat there, had to sleep there. But we were like a team of 30 guys.
And it just was amazing to play in unnatural situations and under so much pressure and still to perform. I mean, the guys performed exceptionally well. In actual fact, we should have won the final test, you know, and we would have come back probably as the second South African side ever to beat New Zealand there. But it was an amazing tour. It was an amazing tour for meeting people, for just seeing a country in turmoil because we arrived there, and seeing a country cut in half.
1981 was sort of mixed emotions for me, really, because the controversial protests that was going on in our country by a minority of people that saw South Africa needed to change how they lived in their country, but they used our game as a lever. And to me, I didn't think they should have done that.
Well, it was very exciting. Every morning Jeremy Dawson and myself, we were in the studio at Auckland Park in Johannesburg, and so we could watch the pictures before we actually went on air. And we saw the day we played at Hamilton, Waikato, we saw that it was impossible for the game to continue or even to take place because they pushed down the northern barristers and the fence. They just stormed in onto the field of play, and they sat there, and they couldn't remove them. The police couldn't remove them.
As far as the rugby, I thought South Africa played very well under the conditions. The circumstances, they were under pressure, and they played very well. And had they not those pressures, where they had to stay in rugby clubs and squash courts, they may have taken the series.
While rugby men re-established old friendships, a unique collection of souvenirs and paintings were auctioned off to the highest bidders.
22,000 rand. Daai man het geld. 18,5 op 19,000 rand. 19.
I've seen guys here that you haven't seen for a long time, and it's like brothers meeting up again. And I think the memory is that the greatness of being together again.
We stay underneath the stadiums, we stay in squash courts, we train there, we played pool, we played darts, we played table tennis, and you know, it was not easy, but we're a bunch of guys who want to play rugby, that we love the game, and I will go there tomorrow under the same conditions.
Unbeaten outside the tests, the Boks drew 12-all with the Maoris, and in a sporting gesture, Wynand Klaasen handed Maori captain Bully Bush the Springbok head, acknowledging that the Maoris deserved to win that match. On tours of old, the Springbok head was awarded to the first non-test team to beat the Boks.
Thank you for this gift. It's going to go back to our people.
So if I could just say thank you.
For the rest of the evening, players shared their memories and thoughts about the impact of those experiences on South African rugby.
We were out of it and we had to pull through.
South Africa needed that experience and the new techniques of rugby. So we had to go there to New Zealand, had to pick it up and bring it back to South Africa.
The most important thing that stands out for me from that tour is that because of the difficult circumstances that we had to live under and play under, it taught us one thing, and it taught us so much about ourselves. It taught us about our strengths and our weaknesses, and it helped us to develop our weaknesses to become strengths. And I think that is important because that made us better human beings.
The evening ended on a light note with the Springbok class of 81 doing their unofficial version of the haka, much to the delight of the guests.
Make a noise, make a noise, make a noise. Let's go up. One above the other, one above the other. Yes, walking up, both you come. Ha, 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 ha. Throw away, throw away, throw away, throw away.
It was an amazing team, a lot of talent, a lot of characters, and that's why I think the bond is very special amongst the team, and that's why it's so fantastic that all the players basically attended this reunion.